Hey there, guys. Chris here, Awkward Finance Guy. In today's video, we're going to talk about being paid with a 1099 form in child support. This gets asked all the time in the comment section, and I figured I would shed some light on, because a lot of people are being paid via 1099. And what this means is this is being paid via subcontract. This is like when a company wants to pay you as a subcontractor and they don't want to pay taxes on it and such. And this can be good and bad because there's kind of two evils to being paid via 1099. First of all, a lot of people stress out because the idea of not paying taxes and owing tons of taxes at the end of the year is kind of a big deal. But the other edge of that is, you know, if you're doing your business correctly, you can have a ton of deductions if you're doing your taxes right and have a good CPA or know what you're doing. You can pay very zero to little taxes on that revenue you make via 1099, because if you what you want to do is you want to use certain deductions, miles, vacation, cell phone, office space, what we're looking at here. And if you're smart with deductions, you won't have to pay in taxes. But anyways, so the correlation for child support that comes in when being paid via 1099 is the fact that, there's kind of two scenarios here. Number one, you're entirely paid via 1099. Like for the entire year, you get paid 1099. And that's where things get complicated, because what they usually do in this situation, if you're being paid the entire year via 1099, is that they will go off of your previous year's revenue. And this is actually kind of a loophole in how to get out of paying a lot of child support, because let me paint a picture for you. If I made $100,000 via 1099, but I was smart with all of my business deductions and I only made $10,000 revenue, then the child support is based on that revenue for the year. This is a lot of business owners do this as a loophole to get out of paying child support. And it's kind of scammy in a way, but it is what it is. And also, there's another situation where, you know, like myself, I am a W-2 employee, but I'm also 1099. So what they try to do is in court, what they'll try to do a lot of times is like the opponent or the baby mama or the baby father, they are trying to get that 1099 income based on the child support figures of your income. And the pure matter is because it's a lot more money. I only make $45,000 a year at my W-2 job, whereas I make another 50 1099, And what's happening here is you have to be careful, because if you're smart, if you're on the opposing side of this and you're trying to fight it, what you want to do here is you want to argue that you cannot include the 1099 income in your child support figures, because a lot of things can happen on a 1099 income. For example, if you have business deductions that cut that revenue down, then that figure needs to be figured upon after those deductions. Hopefully that makes sense. So if I made $50,000 1099, that doesn't mean that's not take home revenue. That's not gross revenue. After I pay an employee, after I pay the electric bill, after I have the rental payment, whatever, those deductions bring down that revenue. And a lot of times the courts will just take out the 1099 income because it's so confusing. Or what they can do is go on the previous year's 1099 revenue of what you claim to owe to the IRS, and then let's go off that number, because they cannot, and I repeat, they cannot go after like gross revenue 1099, because it's taxed. It's literally, I mean, federal tax, after the federal tax, your state tax, it could be taxed at 40%. So hopefully this makes sense in shedding some light in being paid with a 1099 and figuring out child support. Again, if you're the baby mama, or if you're trying to get that 1099 income and you're researching it, usually lawyers are involved with this, because this does get a little sketchy, and this is kind of a loophole in how people can get out of paying child support, especially small business owners. Because uh, you know, if you based my child support on just like a 1099 gross revenue or gross payout, that's not accurate, because I have tons of deductions. It has to be on the figure that is profit revenue after taxes are all said and done, and after I figure out after you figure out all the deductions and all of that. So hopefully that sheds some light. Hit me up in the comment section. Let me know your guys' situation. I know that things get a little hairy when it comes to talking about child support. But I also do like to shed some light and kind of help people figure this out, because again, this is a finance channel and I do like to help people with their finances. So please consider subscribing. Hopefully this helped figure out 1099 and child support. I will see you in the next one, guys. Please subscribe to your boy. I helped you out here with this video. All you can do is subscribe, even if you don't watch the videos. It helps me out a ton. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers. That's my goal. I will see you in the next one, guys.